It is pumpkin season, y'all. You can decorate with them. You can spice up your coffee with the flavor. Heck, you can even light a pumpkin scented candle. Our next guest is known by some as the king of pumpkin spice. Chef and cookbook author Brian Theis joins us for a Pumpkin Palooza, sharing 2 festive fall recipes, including a classic Mexican dish with a seasonal twist. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's so good to be here with you again.
My gosh. We can smell this. We walked in the studio and it's like these are simple ingredients that you put together in the right way, but we can smell it.
So many compliments from people in the studio. I was really, really thrilled. So, you want to start talking about it?
Let's talk about you for a second.
Okay.
Because you were someone who was always fascinated by home cooking. I think all of us were, because it's our first introduction to food, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it went well in your household. Sometimes it did not. It went well in your household?
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's something that I'm very interested in teaching other people, and that's why I write cookbooks and I'm on TV all the time, showing people how to do it themselves.
You grew up in Houston and San Antonio, so that inspired your natural love for Tex-Mex food, which we all love. But you now live in New Orleans, and so that part of the family encouraged the Creole side of cooking. But what inspired you to actually go into culinary school? Because sometimes when you're home cooking based, you don't feel like you need the culinary part. But
I think the thing that gave me a bug was all of the vintage cookbooks I started to collect, little pamphlets, kind of advertising cookbooklets and other larger ones from the 50s and 60s mostly, and they just inspired me to kind of recreate some of those recipes myself in a more healthy way, because some of them were kind of funky and weird, and I just like the whole aesthetic of it, and so I wanted to do my own cookbook, and you'll see the influences in my book if you look at that.
Sometimes the culinary school part gives you the credibility part.
That was exactly right. I said, okay, if I'm going to publish a cookbook, I need to be able to be qualified to teach people how to do it, and so I went to the best one at that time in the country, and I graduated on the Dean's List with honors, and so here I am, and then I got the deal, and
here you are. But I love that whole idea. Some of my most treasured things my mom has were the cookbooks, and you'd see the little notations in there like, I'm going to swap out for brown sugar, or I'm going to do this, and the little twist they would put on the recipes. And it's one thing I learned from Julia Child. She said, in fact, she was on a couple of shows that I'd done in the past. She said, if you know the basics, then you can put the twist on that you want to twist.
That's true.
And so that's what makes cooking fun to me. All right, Fresh Pumpkin 101. All pumpkins are edible for the most part, but not all of them are good.
That's true. A small sugar pie pumpkin like the ones I have here are the ones that you want to use if you're cooking anything on the menu for today, and everything has pumpkin, otherwise it wouldn't be on the menu. It's very easy to do. All you do is cut them in half, put them down on a piece of aluminum foil in a 400-degree oven for 40 minutes, and then you can put it through the puree it through the food processor, and be like what you get in a can of puree.
Well, because the nice thing is we can get some good pumpkin puree out of a can, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go through some of these recipes.
That's the easy way to do it, and that's the way I did it for both these recipes.
Yeah. All right, let's go through some of these recipes.
Sure. So I wanted to do pork enchiladas with a mole, and I was like, okay, let's study this, and boom, I realized they're called enmoladas when they have mole, right?
Yeah.
That was sort of a revelation to me, and so I created this recipe that has the pork, which is about an hour and a half in a Dutch oven. It's I would say the main things that it's in are orange juice, apple cider vinegar, and chicken broth, and onion, and it just fills the house with a glorious scent
how good that
as
is?
it's going. Well,
I'm sorry,
thank you.
I put my fingers off it, but
That's
so
okay.
good.
You can do whatever you want. I've got the gloves. The food is yours. It smells so beautiful in the house. And I've never made the mole at the same time as I made the pork, because I thought I would just be overwhelmed and have to faint on the floor, because both of them have their own aromas that just linger and linger throughout the day after you finish making them. Now the mole is special. It has the pumpkin in it. It's special because it doesn't take all day long, and dozens and dozens of ingredients like a authentic, Central Mexican mole might do. This takes 20 minutes. I mean,
you're saying a lot there, because you're right. Mole traditionally could be all day.
Yeah, exactly. I have about 12 ingredients. It takes about 20 minutes, and I really like the way it turned out, and it's beautiful with the pork. Do you want to put an enchilada together?
So
you could make it as a casserole like enchiladas, but I sort of like them open-faced, which I think is traditional for an enchilada. Now you want to put the sauce on first. Okay. Kind of spread it out there, and then I got you spoonful of pork. I'll help you out here.
Okay.
Boom. All right. Then you want to put more mole sauce on the top.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can hit it with some toasted sesame seeds. Boom. Those are really good on it.
For flavor and texture.
If you like a little red onion, there you go. I don't know what you think about cilantro. Is it a sin or a win?
No, it's a win.
It's a win, okay. I've got my little hands happening here. And then the guac and the beans can be on the side or not. I would add some sour cream to this too.
Okay.
And then you can roll it up and give it a bite if you like.
Okay, here we go.
There we go.
See, I'm going to try to do this nicely on TV, but here we go. So eat it like taco style.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That is so good.
Really? Thank you. I'm so glad.
With the corn tortilla, right? Which
Yeah, corn tortilla is very important to me, I think. Oh, and then squeezing lime on top is important as well. Yes, I love these napkins. These are very rare. I can't find them anymore. So
wow.
You're getting a special napkin. No. They're special for you. Use one.
And I forgot to squeeze lime on it, so I'll just do this right here because I'm used to doing this.
Nice. Way to go.
All right, there we go.
I love that.
All right, so you also have these
I have my little
pumpkin,
pumpkin spice cupcake minis, all right? And they're called Punkin because they're small. And they're unique because they've got some savory spices in them to kind of help with the fall whole idea. They've got cardamom. They've got chili powder. They've got salt and black pepper of all things, right? But they also have brown sugar, maple syrup, and pumpkin puree as advertised. Coconut extract adds a little, what's that to them?
Yeah. You're right. It's the what's that thing, but it all goes together.
I'm really pleased with the way they turned out. And then the top is just a regular cream cheese frosting. And those are little candy melts that I use to make a little pumpkin spirally design thing on the top. So, yeah.
And I love the fact that everybody who says they can't cook, you can. You made it very easy in your book. You have great recipes. Just follow the just one at a time. Follow the directions.
Yeah. I mean, you said earlier on, if you know the basics, like Julia Child said, by the way, her good friend does the endorsement on the back of my cookbook, Jacques Pepin. Wonderful man. If you know the basics, you can kind of just, get your way through it. Except for baking recipes where you have to be really specific.
More science.
Yeah, but I would also say you follow the instructions the first time you do a recipe, and then you can diverge from, and be creative your own ways.
Yeah. Thank you so much for dropping by this morning, the king of pumpkin spice.
Well, I didn't raise my hand, but that seems to be my reputation now.
It is. All right. To learn more about Chef Brian Theis and for a link to the recipes featured on this segment, visit greatdayhouston.com and we'll connect you. And I'm telling you, this is so delicious, whether you want it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.